have the Three of Cups here. This is a time that's happening where the emotions will be overflowing, happiness, community. This is new friends to meet and make. This is new things to learn, new ways to grow, and new relationships to cultivate. So that's what's coming on in this week. This is a big week for you. I would say to you, really get out of your heads. Get out of here. If you want this abundant Empress energy to come through, you have to let whatever cycle it is finish. And part of that is you taking the necessary actions to move forward, taking the valued lessons and leaving, letting go of some of this rigid structure control, need to have everything controlled and mapped out. In fact, that makes me think of the map oracle. Let me get that. 1 second. We're going to get that. That might be a good one for your last little tidbits and reminders. So, let me find it. Come on, Ange. There it is. So, this is Colette Baron Reed's Enchanted Map Oracle. We're going to take a look and see if there's any little post-it notes we can leave you from this oracle that will help you remember this read or help you during this time frame. Might strike a note with you. It says slow and steady. Definitely you've got the slow and steady. Don't worry too much. Take your time pacing yourself, but you still have to move forward ultimately. And wishing well. These are good signs. This is good. This is like, if you are going to move through this and you're doing it in a slow way, that you are not overly controlling, but you are making progress, even if it feels a little slow, that you are going to be led to the wishing well. You're going to be led to the desires of the heart. You're going to be led to where the passion is, and the newness will be there. That's awesome. There will be new happiness and fulfillment from this too. So that's what I've got for you, Capricorn. I hope it helps. Let me know how it resonates. Like, subscribe, tell a friend, come see me again. Take care, guys. Hi guys, hey, it's Angie with Feisty Butterfly Tarot, and today we are doing a reading for Capricorn for the first week or so of January 2021. It's here, hooray! So let's see what we can find out for you. It's the first week to 10 days for Capricorn. Okay. You have the Empress in reverse with the Eight of Swords and the Two of Swords on both sides. So let's take a look at this. The Empress. The Empress is about fertility. It's about creativity, sometimes about abundance, often literally about a pregnancy. It's about birthing a new project, getting in touch with the feminine element and your intuition. So this is where you are now. You're trying to tap into that resource. You're feeling a little bit stuck, perhaps in your head a little much. Caution on this. You're able to get free of this. None of these swords are through the body of the person standing here. She's able to wriggle out of this. It's not that she's so tightly bound that she can't even wiggle. She's got a step that's going one direction. It's like she's almost there to start to try and break free and to take a look at something instead of staying stagnant. Also, you have the Two of Swords here, indicating you've been stuck thinking about something, not wanting to look at it. And the longer you stay stuck, the bigger that feels. The longer you deliberate and don't make a choice, the more that the stuckness is going to feel. So you have to make a decision about creative energies and what you want to do moving forward. So that's where you're at currently. Let's take a look at what's coming at you. For the sign of Capricorn, some influences coming at you. Whoa. In the next week to 10 days. So far, more stagnancy. You guys really are stuck. This is the Four of Swords here. And this is a time of rest and reprieve. But if you stay stagnant too long, things fall away, things begin to die, things begin to crumble, things begin to leave and decompose and all that not cool stuff. I mean, this is a coffin basically. So you have this creative energy, but you're procrastinating. You're not acting on this energy. What's up with that? Let's find out. Is there something that you're worried about here? What's coming at you is more rest, the need for more rest. Whoa, okay. You've got the Emperor in reverse and the Eight of Wands. So the Emperor in reverse, he's the counterbalance, the pairing with the Empress. The Emperor in reverse is too controlling, too rigid, too much structure. I would think that this might be a fear of perfectionism and You want to do it just perfect, and that's getting in your own way. The Emperor reversed is so much structure, rules, rigidness, and control that you don't even have the ability to think freely. So this is why you're feeling confined. Yet there's this creative instinct that you have. You want to put things forward. You have things coming at you and you want to put things forward. You want to communicate more about this. You have inspiration coming your direction. But this controlling aspect of either your personality or your situation makes it hard for you to think further down the line than that. So, I mean, just directly opposite, yeah? And swords energy everywhere. Finally letting in some wands. We'll see how this goes. Maybe we can get some advice or information as well on this. Okay, let's take... You know what, before we go to advice, I think I do want to clarify through here. I think I do. So what we're going to do is look in the Dark Mansion deck and see what we've got going on, because clearly you want to create something, but you're hung up, you're stuck in your head about something. So let's see what's going on. What are you in your head about, Capricorn? It's like you want to get grounded, but you have all this air energy. Okay. Okay. So we're going to shift these out a bit so you can see more of what's going on. I'm going to take a quick look and see if I've got that. Yeah, you should be able to see that fine. Okay, so you have this garden. You have lots of abundance here and also abundance here. Things are blossoming. There's a talent that you've gotten good at, a skill you have. You need to have the higher perspective like the bird. You're doing things independently and well, but you're still feeling stuck in this energy of rigidness and rules. And you've mastered this. And then you want to move forward. It might be that you're afraid to leave something that feels secure. It might be that you're heading out on a new journey. You don't want to leave the baggage behind. You don't want to leave the material gains behind. Yet you know it's time for you to expand and grow. It has to happen. You have 2 8s. This is a time for advancement. Okay? Really, really interesting. Okay. All right. So we're going to see what we can find out else about if there's a valued lesson in here in this moment. Between it's like an in the meantime moment, the in-between moment, and the influences. All right. Whoa. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so maybe the cycle and closing out this cycle is a little bit scary to you. This is the cycles of life, and usually it portends good things. It's a lucky card to have. It also means you're having to close something out. I think you're reluctant to leave something behind, reluctant to move in a new direction, but you know you have to. If you're going to get grounded, if you're going to feel like you're in your full power and you feel like things are abundant and ready to grow, you have to move forward. This has to move forward. And this might be a literal leaving. You might have to go somewhere and return to get yourself centered. So we are going to move that one up like this. Okay. All right. We're going to look for some advice out of the Dark Mansion. But you know what? I want you to have all available cards, so if anything repeats, we're going to take a look at that. So I'm breaking into the second version of the Dark Mansion deck. Take a look in here. Once more. It's still stiff. This one just shuffles a little stiffer than the other version because this one's newer. Yeah, this is really stuck. All right. Well, we're going to have to do it riffling. Let's see how that goes. Yeah. Usually if I run into this much where the deck is shuffling and it's not sliding together easy, there's resistance going on, and that seems to be the big feeling here. A lot of resistance. Okay, we're going to try a few more shuffles. Apologies on that, but that's a little smoother. So what can we give you for information to help with this resistance so you can move this cycle forward? What information does Capricorn need? That's smoother. Once more, I think we'll have it. What information does Capricorn need to be able to move? Woo. Emperor pops out at the bottom there, just sneak peek. That's the underlying influence there. Also in reverse, mind you. So here we go. This controlling nature, I wonder if it's something that you like to be in control. You like to have things managed and figure out the details. And since this is unknown coming up and the cycle's changing, could be new creative inspiration. All of this is a little bit scary to you. Let's take a look and see what advice there is. All right. Page of Swords. Oh, goodness. Five of Pentacles. The Chariot. Okay. I'm going to flip these for a minute so you can see. All right. So the Page of Swords is somebody that's going out there. They're observing, they're spying, they're looking around, they're checking out options. They're the spy in the camp. They're the observer. They're the one that thinks they have the truth and they're relaying information. This person can't really wield the sword of truth effectively yet. It's not the King of Swords or even the Queen of Swords. It's the Page. They're still learning about this truth, this knowledge that they need to gain for themselves. And again, there's reluctance, there's delay, and there might be even kind of some manipulations and sneakiness in trying to figure out what's going on and trying to figure out how do you next proceed. The fear is right here. You're afraid of going from luxury and money and having a lot of money to being left out in the cold. You're afraid of being independent and not independent with the wealth or with the assets and the resources. You don't want to be out in the cold. You don't want to be on your own. You don't want to have this struggle going on. And leaving your community or what you know traditionally is scary. So leaving that behind is really making you nervous. Then you have the Chariot that also came in reverse. This is the Chariot. This is about being receptive and also taking action at the same time. So you have these two opposing forces. One wants to take action. One is open to new ways of doing, but one wants to just go ahead and do it. Just push forward. And it's that desire to push forward without knowing what's going to be the reward, the thing you'll receive on the other side, that's making you hesitate. There needs to be more focus in order to control this and have this being pulled forward. There needs to be a balance struck of the male and female energies. There needs to be a plan. You need to know the direction that you're going. And you haven't got that quite figured out clearly yet. So we're going to look for some clarifiers on this. And we're going to take this, which is the traditional Rider-Waite again. And we're going to see if there's any other clarifiers in the land of advice for you, okay? So this is what we've got going on. Oh, that's slick. That was way smooth. Okay, what do we have for you? Okay. So you have reverse Four of Wands and Judgment. Reverse Four of Wands, these people are on the outside of the house, of the castle. They're on the outside but ready to celebrate. They're perfectly matched, perfectly suited. There's the beginnings of structures. You have the Four of Swords here where you're thinking, contemplating. There's four. Here you have the Four of Wands. You want to take some fiery action. You're afraid of being outside. You're afraid of the inspiration and the choices you take and that you're still going to be on the outside. You're really, really holding on to that security as much as you can. But there's celebrations to come. There will be success to come. You just have to be brave enough to rise to the occasion. You're being called. This is karmic calling. This is angelic calling. This is calling to your higher self, your better self. This is second chances, resurrection, renewal. You're being called to walk in this more true to yourself kind of way. So these are, when they're in reverse, it doesn't necessarily mean they're bad. It's just pay attention. When you're getting the Wheel of Fortune and Judgment, this is the end of one cycle leading into the other. The Judgment, this is a 10 and a 20. It's almost twice as hard to be truer to yourself, to be more authentic, and leaving what's known and comfortable and venturing out with more inspiration and fire energy is a little scary to you. Then